Hi there, this is Rob at Reason101.net, and I'm here to show you a little bit more about Shelob. This time we're going to get into doing a couple different things with it. What I wanted to show you was basically how to create a crossfade between two devices, and at the same time also show you how to parallel process. So, because that's what this device actually excels at, doing those two things. So let's start right off. Let's create a combinator. Okay, I'm going to just delete all these because we don't need these rotaries. And don't need the buttons. Okay, so what we're going to do is down here we are going to create, under the utilities, we're going to create a mixer 14.2, and we're going to hold down shift while we create it. And then underneath that, we're going to create a Shelob. Again, holding shift because I don't want to route anything just yet. Underneath that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a redrum, and then underneath that, no, let's not create anything underneath that yet. Okay, so we've got our redrum. I'm going to go take a, what am I going to take? Let's take a dub kit. Take dub kit 1. I'm going to insert a pattern, which I already pre-selected, and you're not going to hear anything yet because nothing's going in or out or whatnot. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to take this redrum and send it into the channel 1 input, take the A channel and send that out to the mixer, and then we're going to take our main mix and send it out to the combinator. So now, when we play this, we should not hear anything. Why don't we hear anything? Okay, well, you have to switch it on, so let's turn it on. Okay. Very simple pattern. Okay, 32-step pattern, 1/8 time. Easy enough. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this redrum, we're going to right-click, and we're going to duplicate it. So let's duplicate the device. So we've got two redrums now. Now let's flip around to the back. We're going to send this into the channel 2 input. I'm going to flip it back around, and I am going to take a different dub kit. I'm going to take dub kit 2. Okay, so now we've got two dub kits, and in our programmer, we're going to go to the Shelob, and we're going to take, we're going to have button 1 be the crossfade between the drums. So it's going to be drum A or B. Okay, and again, like we did in the last tutorial, we're going to put the fade time on button 1, or on rotary 1, sorry. So rotary 1 is going to be fade, very simple, and we're going to move that. That's automating this little fade knob here. Okay, and on button 1, we are going to take channel A, and then we're going to create another button 1 setting. We're going to take channel E, and we're going to oppose them. So one's going to be on and off, and the other one's going to be off and on, and that's what's going to switch between the two. So now if we run these devices, both are running. Okay. All right, well, let's run all devices. There we go. All right, you're not hearing anything. There we go. Channel 2E should be off and on. Oh, that's not going through. Oh, because it's not sent out to the mixer. Hello. Right. Okay, so you got to take E and send that out to the mixer. And there we go. Okay, so this sets up a basic crossfade between the two drums. Okay, that's our basic crossfade. That's all there is to it. Very simple stuff. Okay, now, since this is always going to be running, what we might want to do is put a drum level. Where are we going to do that? Let's put drum level here. Go to our mixer. Rotary 2 is going to be drum level. So it's going to be channel 1 level, and another instance of rotary 2, that's going to be channel 2 level. Bring these down to about 100. Okay, so we can turn them on and off. That's great. We've got the volume. We can switch our drums, and it crossfades. And if you want the fade to be abrupt, okay. But that's not very exciting. So let's try to spice it up a little bit. Let's have some effects going to drum 1 and drum 2. But first, let's flip this around. Let's put this into channel 3. And now we're going to have to change this 2 level to channel 3 level. And then bring this back down to 100 again. Okay. So now what we want to do is add some effects. So let's add a little bit of effects, right? Let's hold down shift while we're going to do this, and what I'm going to do is actually create a pulverizer. Of course. Okay, now let's do this. Let's take another split from our first drum, split B. It's going to go to the input of the pulverizer, and then the output is going to go up to channel 2. This is what's called parallel processing, and that's really all there is to it. So let's flip around to the front. We want to hear it, so what we're going to have to do is on Shelob, we're going to have to use this button, the same button, to work out, to let us listen to the process signal. So that's going to be button 1, and this is going to be channel 1B, and it's going to have the same settings as channel 1A, so it's going to have to be on or off. Just initialize it, and now you hear both signals going through. Okay? Because it's basically automating these 2 knobs, these 2 switches, A and B. So you're turning them off and off. Okay, perfect. Now let's process it a little bit. So let's add a little dirt, squash it a little bit, a little compression, tone, release, a little heavier release there. Okay, that's cool. And if we want, we can also have some fun. We can spread it. Okay, we can do all that fun stuff. I'm not going to go super crazy though. Alright, so that's basically parallel process. Now, you want to have a level for your processor as well. So let's have the FX level on rotary 3. And that's Shelob. We want our mixer. So now we're going to take rotary 3, and that's going to be level 2, and same thing, up to 100. Perfect. Now that's the level of the effect. So drum level all the way up, and then you can mix in your process signal. And that's parallel processing. So I hope that gives you a little bit of an insight as to how you can kind of use this. You can also switch to the other one. So if you want to do that, switch to drum B, and then let's also add in our, let's just take a copy of this. Let's duplicate it, bring it underneath the other redrum, and let's actually have a little bit more fun with this one. But before we do that, we have to send the output for F to the input of the pulverizer. Send the output of the pulverizer up to the mixer on channel 4. And then let Shelob know that you want that turned on. So that's going to be, again, button 1. It's going to be channel F. And that's going to be off and on, which is right. So now you can really hear those signals. And my God, that's pumping. Okay, so let's take the mix. Rotary 3. Level of channel 4. 100. have a little bit more fun with this. I'm just going to close these two because we know what these are doing now. Let's close this one down, and let's have a little bit more fun. Let's choose a comb filter. Less dirt, a little more squash. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Okay, so now you can crossfade between those two process drum sounds. And if you want to have even more fun, let's add an Octarex loop player. Let's hold down Shift again. Let us take, open our browser. Let's go into the Octarex drum loops. Let's go down to dub loops. Actually, we don't want the dub loops. We want to take maybe we'll want, let's see, so now they have percussion. We want the Octarex patches, that's what we want. Okay, drum patches, electronic drums, dubstep. There we go. Okay, so now let's right click again. Let's just take these and send them straight out to the output. That's pretty good, but I want to have a level for that. So let's do a level. Or actually, no, let's not do that. Let's bring this level down a little. Okay. And this is going to be our loop selector. And let's go to the Octarex. And on rotary 4, we're going to take pattern, loop slot. So now you can select your slot. Switch between your drums. So that's it in a nutshell. That's how to parallel process and how to also crossfade between the two as well. Because when you have your drums on, let's also just create a mute X. Let's create that button. And on the mixer, let's just take button 4 and let's mute channel 5. There we go. So we're going to mute the Rex. Okay, good. So when you're playing it, mute that Rex. You can parallel process. And you can fade between the two. So let's just turn up our fade time a little. Or actually, let's turn up a lot. We'll just see how long it takes to fade in. And then you can fade between the two drums. And you can see the fade happening here. You can fade it quicker. It's a nice little smooth fade. So that's essentially how to fade between the two. That shows you how to fade between the two and how to parallel process your drums using Shelob. And it doesn't take anything more than one Shelob and one mixer, and you're all set. I mean, it looks like a tangle of wires back here, but if you just follow along, it's really not that complicated to set it up. Pretty cool. So thank you very much, Matt. This is an awesome, awesome device. Come visit me at reason101.net. I'm going to have a couple patches posted in the next couple of days, patches that you can kind of use as templates to see how Shelob is used. And I will come back with another video or two showing some of the other different things that you can do, like the pass-through, and how you can create some real amazing kind of effects mayhem with it. So thanks again for watching. I'm Rob, and you can come visit me at reason101.net.